Part 10.6 Surah Yunus Jonah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. Kanzel Aman. Quran, Yunus Jonah, 10:26-30. For those who do good is the best reward and more. Neither darkness nor humiliation will cover their faces. Those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally. And those who earned evil deeds, the recompense of an evil deed is its equivalent, and humiliation will cover them. They will have no protector from Allah. It will be as if their faces were covered with pieces from the darkness of night. Those are the companions of the fire. They will abide therein eternally. And on the day we will gather them all together, then we will say to those who associated partners with us, "Remain in your place, you and your partners." Then we will separate them from one another, and their partners will say, "You did not worship us." And Allah is sufficient as a witness between us and you that we were of your worship unaware. There every soul will be examined for what it did, and they will be returned to Allah, their true master, and lost from them will be whatever they used to invent. These verses offer a breathtaking and profound glimpse into the ultimate reality of the hereafter, presenting a cosmic balance sheet where the spiritual states of this life are manifested in their final form. The passage begins with a promise of unimaginable grace for the believers. For those who do good is the best reward, and more. Neither darkness nor humiliation will cover their faces. Those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally. The best reward is Jannah, the garden of bliss, a place of peace, light, and eternal joy. But the phrase "and more" is the pinnacle of this promise, the ultimate desire of every sincere spiritual seeker. It is interpreted by scholars as the beatific vision of Allah's magnificent countenance, a direct and unmediated experience of the divine presence. It is a reward that transcends all physical joys, a spiritual ecstasy that is the culmination of a lifetime of striving. This is the ultimate goal of the Sufi path, not merely to attain paradise, but to achieve a state of closeness to Allah, where the veils are removed and the soul can gaze upon the source of all light and beauty. The absence of darkness, nor humiliation on their faces, is a reflection of the spiritual purity they achieved in this life. A nur that emanates from a Qalb that was never clouded by arrogance or insincerity. Their faces are a testament to their inner state of truth and contentment, a divine reward that is both physical and spiritual. In a stark and sobering contrast, the very next verse paints the picture of the disbeliever's ultimate fate. And those who earned evil deeds, the recompense of an evil deed is its equivalent, and humiliation will cover them. The divine justice is absolute and precise. The recompense is exactly its equivalent, a measure that leaves no room for injustice. The humiliation that covers their faces is a physical manifestation of the spiritual degradation they chose for themselves. It is the outer expression of an inner reality, a Qalb that was veiled by heedlessness and darkened by transgression. The verse continues, "They will have no protector from Allah. It will be as if their faces were covered with pieces from the darkness of night. Those are the companions of the fire. They will abide therein eternally." The darkness on their faces is a direct consequence of the spiritual darkness they embraced in this world. It is the final form of their spiritual blindness, a visual representation of a soul that has completely lost its way. The absence of a protector is a final and absolute separation from the mercy of Allah. It is the ultimate loneliness, a state of complete spiritual isolation where all false hopes and false intercessors have vanished. The eternal duration of their punishment is not an arbitrary act of cruelty, but a reflection of the eternal nature of their spiritual state in this world. The passage reaches a dramatic and powerful climax with the scene of the Day of Judgment. "And on the day we will gather them all together. Then we will say to those who associated partners with us, 'Remain in your place, you and your partners.' Then we will separate them from one another, and their partners will say, 'You did not worship us.' And Allah is sufficient as a witness between us and you that we were of your worship unaware." This is a terrifying and profound moment of spiritual exposure. The idols and false deities that the disbelievers worshipped in this life, hoping for intercession and help, will disavow them completely. The partners they associated with Allah will deny that they were ever worshipped. The declaration, "You did not worship us," can be interpreted in a number of ways. It could mean that the idols, being inanimate objects or beings that had no knowledge of their worship, are simply stating a factual reality. Or it could be a profound spiritual truth. The people did not truly worship them, for their worship was never rooted in sincerity, but in a desperate, self-serving hope. This is a powerful lesson in ikhlas and the emptiness of any spiritual path that is not for Allah alone. The idols will stand as a witness against their own worshippers, a testament to the utter futility of their spiritual delusions. The scene concludes with a final, unsparing truth. There, every soul will be examined for what it did, and they will be returned to Allah, their true master, and lost from them will be whatever they used to invent. The false hopes, the idols, the intermediaries, all are lost. All are proven to be mere inventions of the human mind. The polytheists are left to face their Lord alone, with nothing to stand between them and their actions. The return is to Allah, their true master, a title that underscores his absolute sovereignty and their utter lack of power. This is the ultimate moment of tawhid, a forced reckoning with the oneness of Allah. All the veils that humanity erected between themselves and the Creator will be stripped away, and the truth of his absolute and singular lordship will be undeniable. This is the final and absolute defeat of shirk, associating partners with Allah, and a powerful victory for the truth of tawhid. From a Sufi perspective, this passage is not just a description of a future event, but a profound commentary on the spiritual reality of this very moment. The darkness on the faces of the disbelievers is a reflection of the inner darkness of their Qalb in this life. The spiritual light that emanates from the believers' faces is a reflection of the light of divine remembrance that they cultivated in their hearts. The idols that disavow their worshippers are a metaphor for the worldly attachments that we place our hope in our wealth, our status, our careers, which will utterly fail us on the day of judgment. The return to Allah, the true master, is the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey. It is a state of being where the soul has finally shed all worldly illusions and has returned to its true origin. The journey of Fana is precisely about this process, annihilating all false attachments and all illusory veils, so that the soul can return to its true reality and subsist in the presence of its Lord. The historical context of these verses is the height of Meccan idolatry. The Meccans worshipped idols, believing them to be intermediaries to Allah. They sought intercession from them for their worldly affairs. The Quran, in this passage, completely dismantles this belief system. It reveals the utter powerlessness of their idols and the spiritual futility of their worship. The verses were a direct spiritual challenge to the very foundation of their society. The vivid imagery of the Day of Judgment was not a mere scare tactic, but a compassionate warning, a final call for them to abandon their false beliefs and to return to the worship of the one true God. It was a message of hope for the believers who were being persecuted for their refusal to compromise on tawhid, reassuring them that their unwavering faith would be rewarded with the ultimate and most magnificent of all rewards, Hadith section. A hadith that beautifully illuminates the and more of verse 26 is found in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, when the companions of the garden enter the garden, a caller will call out, "You have a promise from Allah that He will give you more." They will say, "Is it not that He has whitened our faces and put us in the garden and saved us from the fire?" Then the veil will be removed, and they will see Him. By Allah, He will not give them anything dearer to them than looking at Him. Sahih Muslim Hadith 181. This profound narration speaks to the spiritual culmination of the believer's journey. The greatest reward is not the physical paradise itself, with its rivers and gardens, but the ultimate spiritual ecstasy of beholding the Creator. This is the ultimate goal of a life lived in sincerity and devotion. It is the reward for a Qalb that was constantly yearning for a meeting with its Lord, a Qalb that found its ultimate joy in the remembrance of Allah. The Hadith and the Quranic verse together offer a powerful and comprehensive vision of the spiritual journey and its ultimate destination. It is a message of immense hope, a promise that our temporary struggles in this life will be rewarded with a spiritual joy that is beyond all measure. Dua, my Lord, grant me the courage to do good deeds with sincerity and to live a life that is free from spiritual darkness and humiliation. Purify my Qalb from all forms of shirk and from all dependence on that which is not you. Let my sole hope be for your meeting, and let my ultimate joy be the vision of your most magnificent face. Make my face radiant on the day of judgment, and do not let me be among those who are disgraced and shamed. Protect me from a reliance on all that is false, and let my heart be a vessel for the ultimate truth, for you are my true master, O Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ameen.